Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're going to start for today's video. So the beer's courtesy of Keith at 93 Lumber. Thanks so much, Keith. I really appreciate it. And it's the shirt. And, proper glassware is so 2024. Now it's proper shirtware. So this is, I'm not going to stand up and show you, but it is a Ralphius specific shirt too. So both are courtesy of him. So thank you very much again, Keith. And guys, make sure you check him out. I'll add him in the description box below. So we have the base Ralphius from 2024. How many did I end up getting? Four or five of them from the 2024 release. They had a ton, and it was like, and they all sound good. It's like, which ones? So definitely the base, makes the most sense to start with. Blended Imperial Stout, aged for 1 to 2 years in various spirit barrels. It has some tasting notes. I'll wait till I get my thoughts. ABV looks like 14 point something. Since I'm not going to stand up and show you, that's what the back of my shirt also looks like. I don't have any other long sleeve tees. I kind of like this move. All right, so that's pretty darn dark. It's, if you don't know, if you didn't watch Keith, Shaun from Nerd Sense and I doing some, we did a series of this Ralphius variant fairly recently. If you didn't watch any of mine last year, Free Will makes awesome beer, tons of different styles, and these Ralphius beers are phenomenal. I'm really excited to just get into this. It's super dark, not quite motor oil, but definitely way more black than you would find brown in there. About a quarter finger, half a finger ahead. Dark mocha kind of color. Some legs that are relatively transparent, a little bit of lacing as well. It's a beautiful looking big stout. See about the aroma. Good mix of sweetness with some roastiness, chocolate, ranging from not super sweet milk chocolate, but like a little bit of milk chocolate into more dark chocolate range. Definitely a nice caramel thing is happening there. There's a woodiness. There's a barrel-aged woodiness. There's a slight like walking in the woods kind of woodiness also there. And then, some spirit coming through. That caramel really is, that caramel is like the dominant thing for me. Dominant in that, it's not like 90%, everything else is 10%, but like of the stuff I'm getting, that seems to be a thing I'm getting the most. So I say that, and then the roastiness seems to kick back up. So yeah, I think I'm accurately describing the aroma, because it's like, I say one thing's more intense, I smell it again, and the other thing's more intense. It's all there, though. Definitely smells like it should, which is nice. It's about the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Keith. Hope you're doing well. And again, guys, check him out. I'll add him in the description box below. Oh, my God. It's so good. It's so good. You get that complexity of chocolate for sure. Not particularly sweet milk chocolate, dark chocolate, not like a 95% cacao kind of a bar, but a decent percentage, good, nice, rich, dark chocolate. It doesn't go into like fudge or brownie batter, nothing like that. For me, it's more like candy bar chocolate. That caramel thing is definitely there. Not as intense as the aroma, but it's definitely there. The roastiness, good level. It doesn't go quite to like a coffee or an espresso for me. Definitely a nice roasty element. It's definitely contributing to some of that dark chocolate stuff I'm getting. The caramel, nice. A little bit of vanilla. Definitely some of the spirits coming through, but it's not like overly spirit forward. It's definitely there, and it's playing well with the actual base beer, which is good. Some oak coming through as well. So you're getting like the actual barrel. You're getting some of the actual spirit or spirits, I guess is more accurate. They're saying 1 to 2 years in various spirit barrels. Yeah, I mean, it's not without it being taxing or overly oaky or anything. Definitely a nice blend that they did with this. A little bit more vanilla and milk chocolate in that sip. Maybe my palate's used to the roastiness, so some of the sweeter elements are at the forefront. Into the finish, that's where I get more of the oak and maybe not even like that I taste alcohol, but it helps to dry it out in the finish. So it does finish somewhat dry. It's not definitely not like bone dry or anything, but it's not particularly sweet into the finish either. And going back to the alcohol, because I haven't commented on that, I'm barely getting any warming in the chest, let alone anything on the palate itself. It's quite remarkable how easy drinking it is in terms of the alcohol, yet having all these huge flavors. That sip was really a blending of everything I've said so far with intensities, where like it wasn't quite as sweet as I was saying for that last sip. Some of that roastiness stuff is back. Curious what their tasting notes are and if they're big enough for me to read. The pretty small font. Notes of dark chocolate, yep, espresso, vanilla, caramel, and molasses. So I mean, I definitely spoke about dark chocolate. Espresso, I said quite explicitly, to me it doesn't quite get to a coffee espresso level of roast, but it's definitely there. So I mean, I'm noticing it, but I didn't think it got to that level myself. Vanilla for sure. Caramel, yeah, 10,000 times for sure. Molasses is interesting. I didn't say it. I can totally see it though. So I think that's a fair note that I just didn't pull. And yeah, I mean, again, the espresso thing was the only thing I'd kind of be like, well, yeah, I don't think it gets that intensity. That's just my palate versus whoever drank this and wrote that. Super curious. I think super curious to hear what other people have to say about this. So if you've had it, let me know in the comment section what you thought of it or think of it. Maybe you're sipping on it right now. And but I know Shaun from Nerd Sense and Keith from 93 Lumber also have reviewed theirs separately. And I think we might try to post them all the same day, even though we reviewed them at different times. We also haven't traded notes yet about our thoughts. So I'm really curious just to hear their thoughts, period, offline or with their reviews when they do release. So again, we're going to try to do it the same day. So if you're watching this and you're like, I want to hear some other people's thoughts, definitely check them out. Okay, so it's Keith at 93 Lumber who provided the beer. And again, thanks Keith, really appreciate it. And Shaun at 93 Lumber, or at Nerd Sense. But yeah, have you guys had this one before? What are your thoughts on it? This blows Bourbon County out of the water for 2024 release for sure. This is way better than the 2024 Bourbon County release. And their lineup was way cooler and way better, and free will for life. How about that? Anyway, if you had this one before, what are your thoughts? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.